Hello, my name's Charlie. Welcome to my space. I'm just going to do a quick one. I'm feeling a little bit rusty, so we're just going to do a quick one. I'm going to dip. So, I was looking for a title, and what came to mind was Time to Rise and Shine. I'm sure you know, I know, for me personally. So, let's have a look. That's enough. Okay. So, I am feeling a little bit rusty, I'll be totally honest with you. Okay. Nervous. The first card I have is the Knight of Swords. My coyote boy here. So, feeling I'm getting from this is you're being very opportunistic, like you're very ready to go. You're really at a place where you're seeing opportunities, you're looking for opportunities, and you just want to jump at all of them, which is great. There can be a detriment to that, but I'm not really getting this. I feel like, ow, fuck, I just shut my finger in the drawer. I feel like as long as we're paying attention to what we're doing, everything's gonna be fine. And even if it's not, it didn't even hurt that much. You know, it'll be fine. It's one of those, as long as you're looking where you're going and at what you're doing, these opportunities are going to be really well placed for you. So next you have the Two of Cups. So I don't necessarily think this is a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship. I more get a sense that it's to do with these opportunities of these are opportunities that connect you more so to yourself. You're pursuing your interests, you're pursuing what feeds your energy and gives back to you. I feel like you're pursuing this harmony that only serves to fuel you, which is fantastic. Next, you have the Empress. Again, I am seeing her as a card of opportunity in this one, but not necessarily as this opportunity to go and get something like with the Knight of Swords. I'm seeing this, sorry, making sure my child monitor is working. It is. I see this more as an opportunity for, instead of like with the Knight of Swords, it's like I can go to this place, I can meet these people, I can work on this right now, I can learn this technique. The Empress is more, I can take this moment as an opportunity to appreciate, to ground, to be grateful, to watch my thoughts, to be kinder to myself. I'm really seeing that. I'm so rusty, I keep hesitating. I'm so sorry. I'll get there. I'll get more comfortable with this again. I'm looking at starting to do this again every day because I miss it. And we've sorted the lighting issue because I'll do it in the day and then there won't be weird lighting. Kind of, not really, it's fine. So, because the Empress is a major arcana card, I really feel like the emphasis is on taking the opportunities to be present with yourself, to be kind to yourself, respectful of yourself, nurturing to yourself. And then everything else sort of gravitates around it. I know she's the center of the reading, and not the start, but I do feel like now I've got it laid out like this, it all sort of revolves around her. Do you know what I mean? So you're definitely manifesting at this time. You're consciously manifesting at this time as well. The next card you have is the Three of Wands. So you are undertaking a journey. You're going outside of what you know. There's this little like eagle at the bottom as well. So I do think this is a soul-led journey that you've been aware of for some time and you've been wanting to undertake, but the way you approach yourself and the environment previously has been off, but it isn't now. So well done. Round of applause, you know. And Yeah, I feel like you're electromagnetic is the word that comes to mind. In energy terms, I don't really know what that means. It's like elevated and magnetic in my mind, so we'll use it that way. I feel like you're very elevated and magnetic at this time, so however you're treating yourself is just going to be thrown right back at you. Do you know what I mean? Claim absolutely all of this reading. I should have set my intention for this reading to not be for me, but maybe this is more so how I find my people, because this is definitely my process in this moment. If this has been your process as well, but you feel like you're a couple of steps back, I would go and check out my previous readings. I know there was a massive pause, but you know how it is. You know how it be. Um, Anywho, we're undertaking this journey with a new way of approaching everything, including ourselves. So you're sort of stepping into a totally different arena, which is what this person is doing. You're stepping into a totally different arena. Soul has your back. Soul has, yeah, that's the thing with the eagle, I guess. Of although he's on the floor right now, waiting for her to kind of step through this portal, once she's actually through, eagles obviously have such a higher point of view. I don't usually get this as an intuitive card, but eagles have such a higher point of view that I think you're going to be asked to sort of coast in various directions. You will know what opportunities are good. You will know what opportunities are best for you. And I think you're going to be steered in that direction. So even if you have three opportunities in front of you, and one of them looks like exactly what you want, and one of them looks okay, and one of them like, I didn't really see that coming. If you feel the nudge to go towards you didn't see what's coming, and you really feel like it's an intuitive pull, I would go that direction. To be honest, that's what I'm doing right now. This is not how I thought this was going to be going, but it's what you said. Do you know what I mean? Next, you have the King of Wands. So I saw someone recently, it was Minnow Pond Tarot. I saw him describe the King of Wands as having the gift of foresight, which I've never seen anyone talk about that. I thought that was really interesting. But then you see the connectivity in this card, and it sort of makes sense because if you see the connections between all things, how they connect to you, how they connect to each other, how you can see the whole thing playing out together, then it would make sense that you have the gift of foresight because it becomes predictable at a certain point, especially if you're in a familiar environment. So, what's that about? Yeah, it's this relational thing. Again, I've never noticed that detail before. Can you see between this little, oh, that's not going to focus. Between that little boy and the deer, the energy transfer is actually a tiny heart. Like in his chest, there's a tiny heart, and right at the end of his, like, oh my God, which hand am I moving? Think about it, girl. Right at the end, there is also a tiny little heart. Like he's offering that love. They're not actually connected to this Two of Cups moment and this Empress moment of maybe you're establishing a new connection between yourself and something else, and it's entirely heart based. You are offering this connection. It is not actually mutual at this point. There is no energy line from the deer back to the boy. However, there is to our king in here. So it is possible to connect with these things when you yourself are connect. Sorry. It's possible to connect these connected to the wider environment. So this is something that's been just out of your reach for a while. Like you know it's right there, but you haven't been able to connect to it because you've been approaching it the wrong way. I'm kind of seeing this thing of like, if you were to hunt this deer down and be like throwing sticks at it and, you know, doing all the yelling and the screaming and the, you know, it would just run away. It would run further and further. And this is what's been happening with your manifestation. It's not about like just surrender, let the deer come to you, sort of thing. It's more a case of, did you bring food? Do you smell like a goblin? You know, like I don't feel like I'm butchering this reading, but there's definitely a moment here. Let me regulate myself for a moment. It's a case if you are, let's say, like starving, dirty, sweaty, chasing this deer down, the further it's going to run. But if you're peaceful with limited intention towards this deer, other than to connect with it, and you're happy, you are happy and grounded and peaceful without needing the deer. Do you know what I mean? It's more likely to then come over to you. Like here, the practice that they're doing is that they are literally all just chilling. She's having a meditative moment. He's just playing some like panpipes over here. They are all just happily chilling and connecting. And because they're now offering connectivity, the deer is interested. And this is what's happening. So we have this one, and we have that one. I'm not going to try and pronounce these. Reactive force, directed force of destruction, defense, conflict, instinctual will, vital eroticism, regenerative catalyst, a tendency towards change. Okay. So this is what we were talking about with the Empress. If you're in a space of reactivity and reacting to old programming, you're just going to keep feeding yourself the same old shit. But if your new reaction is actually a response, if you have that thought, you have that feeling, do I want to feel this way? How am I going to, intentional living, intentional thinking, intentional actions towards an intentional embodiment, which is the Empress. This is what this is talking about. So this can either be used to your benefit or your detriment right now. This energy of reaction, regenerative catalyst is the phrase that sticks out the most to me. So I've been learning about, if you don't like tangents, this probably isn't the channel for you because I fucking love tangents. I've been learning about EFT tapping, like emotional freedom technique tapping. And what I really think it is displacement. So if I have like a half empty cup and a full cup, and I pour the full cup other way, I can't remember which way I did it. I have a full cup, a half empty cup, and I try and pour the full cup in the space. The other way, water spills out. This is like displacement. This is just the movement, the space it has to fill. Inside of your energy, you are pretty much full of energy, and parts of this energy are being used to run programs. And if you don't like a program and you're trying to replace it, it can be this really weird thing of like avoidance and suppression and like forcing, whole shebang-a-lang, especially when like the body is keeping the score and all this sort of stuff. So with EFT tapping, what I really feel like it is when you're going over these areas, you are priming your energy in the places that your body is storing it, to say like, this is what I'm acknowledging, like I'm really scared of being seen, what if people think I'm stupid, all of this. You're priming that energy, and then on the next round you're displacing it because you're replacing it with a positive belief and you're tapping it in the same way. And that's what I think this is talking about. Oh no. Bye. How did I end it? My child is awake. Try EFT.